we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym of the Crypto. I don't know why I'm shouting all the time. Welcome back to the Gym of the Crypto, episode 863. Today is Wednesday, Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday, December 29th, 2021. I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay. And we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. And today's top stories, Korean government tells Apple and Google stores to take down P2E games. Crypto exchange Kraken's new NFT marketplace to issue loans. FTX exchange floats $1 million prize for banks to accept stablecoins. Getting paid in Bitcoin was a big part of the reason this MMA fighter signed with Eagle FC. And last but not least, crypto Twitter year in review. 10 influential tweets of 2021. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what is going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So taking a look at our prices for today, Bitcoin sitting at $51,637, up 2.7%. Ethereum at $4,102, up 0.8%. Binance Coin sitting at $564, is up 3.2%. Solana at $203, up 2.3%. Cardano sitting at $155, is up 6.3%. XRP at 94 cents, hanging in there, up 3.2%. Terra at 95.95 is down 3.14%. And last but not least, Polkadot at 32.68, up 6.18%. So a lot of green in the market today. Good uptick after seeing a lot of red over the weeks. And you can see some of the big gainers here as well. Again, some of these coins are so ridiculous, but these are some of the big ones for today. SCAR token, Kick token, and All Sports.
There we go. There we go. Really quick, I had to look at this. Okay, man, you got to refresh that page. You said Bitcoin's at 52, 51?
51.
Man,
yeah.
That thing is at 47, brother. That's a page from yesterday.
Oh.
Hey, you had me as soon as you said, I was looking at my phone. I was like, oh, I was just looking for another entry point. And it was at 47.4 earlier. And then you just said 51. I'm like, hold on, I missed it already.
I was staring at the chart so much, I forget I got a refresher. It's always up, baby.
I'm not even mad at you, bro. Like I said,
but Bitcoin took a shit yesterday, down to $47,962, down 2.3%. Ethereum, $3,791, down 3%. Binance Coin, $530, down 3.5%. Solana at $175, down 6.4%. Cardano at 140, down 6.5%. XRP, 84 cents, down 5%. Terra Luna, $86, down 3.5%. And Polkadot at $28, down 2.7%. So yeah, basically all that green from yesterday, everybody shit the bed. So time to panic, or is it just a discount?
Bro, you got a comment. Everybody in the comment section like, hold on, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, listen, comment section, chat. I was the same way, chat. I was like, oh, I looked down, I said 51. I'm like, bro, I'm over here trying to get to smooth.
It didn't even sound right coming out because I was laughing yesterday of all the people crying, talking about Bitcoin dead because it hit 47. I'm even reading it off like, man, what the fuck happened overnight?
All good. And of course, I heard you mention Cardano as well. Listen, folks, Charles just came out and he even like, hey, just let y'all know a lot of these projects gonna fail in the future. And Cardano got a long way to go. I don't know if he was signaling or he was just saying in general. But I don't know. That was something else. What are your thoughts on that one? You muted.
Well, can't say too much when I'm muted. Well, Hoskins said he may be just getting people ready for the fact that Cardano might be failing at some point, and he's just using it as an excuse. But he's right. Most of the DeFi projects are going to fail. The only thing that needs to happen is for somebody to have one or two good, perfectly working products that users can use. Most of the DeFi projects are going to fall by the wayside.
Yeah, that's right. What's going on? Chemo and Crypto, Chappie, Michael Kennedy, Josh Banks, Finn, Eric Horton, Ventizi, Kadeem, Jaron, Lyle. Yeah, we missed yesterday, folks. Like literally, we got up, we looked at the news. I think we only saw like 2 or 3 news stories for the entire day at the time. So it was just one of those things where it's like, all right, this happens every year. Literally every year around the holidays, the news cycles like slow all the way down. So just something to be expected. Ventizi did an amazing job on that panel last night. Zay, what panel were you on?
Oh yeah, it was a Twitter Spaces with Bitcoin Magazine. Nice. I was with Andrew Yang, Erica Rhodes I was telling you about from California, going against Merman Sherman.
He was on the panel?
No, but that's her opponent is Brad Sherman, aka Young Mongoose Coin. And then who else was on it? Dennis Porter was the moderator, and then it was another guy named Jake who runs the Blockchain Association. So good talk about Bitcoin and poverty. They were talking about UBI, and I had to kind of push back a little bit on it.
UBI?
Yeah,
Not the UBI I'm thinking of.
yeah, UBI, Universal Basic Income. Even
Scam
though,
coin.
yeah, well, see, that's the thing. They were talking about UBI in a fiat sense, and one of the best parts about the conversation was I was trying to explain to them in the fiat world, if you give people $1,000, I've lived in the hood. It disincentivizes working. People going to rely on that $1,000. Also, too, inflation, it goes down. Fiat currency distribution checks take forever. Just the logistics are terrible. Plus, we got to wait like 2 years for y'all to get in the office. Then you got to vote on it, start a committee. So I was saying that, and one dude came up, he asked a question. He was like, I was offended by your statements about UBI, and I feel more confidence to work when people give me $1,000 or give me a baseline income. And I was like, no, we could do that with Bitcoin easily. We just did it with Stacks on the investment liquidity pool, and then Miami is a utility token. We just created UBI. Basically, we got a whole treasury for Miami where they could give it to citizens on a quarterly or yearly basis. We just invented it, but it's all crypto. We don't even have to go through bureaucracy and got to use fiat. So yeah, it was a great panel. Got to speak with Andrew Yang. Cynthia Loomis came up, Senator Loomis. So it was good bipartisan, talking about bipartisan Bitcoin. So good little panel last night.
And with all of that, segue into Miami Coin. Of course, that video has been uploaded to the masterclass right now until January 2nd. It is 10% off using the code 10OFF. And again, super proud about that masterclass. One thing we forgot to mention the other day, on Tuesday, the 4th, we will be sending out emails in this week's newsletter. But Tuesday, the 4th, because there has been a lot of people who got the masterclass from this iteration as well as the Thanksgiving one, we will be having a Q&A for everyone in the masterclass. So even if you've been, a part of it since June, July, you can still come to the Q&A and ask those questions pertaining to things in the masterclass specific. So if you haven't got it yet, make sure you get on it so you can join us for that Q&A on Tuesday. Crypto King Boom, what's up? Said be sure to watch the latest Meet Kevin interview with Richard Hart. Post X sacrifice starting within 30 hours. There we go. We can get that hex bag back up and sell it off, folks. Let's get it.
Get the gains back.
We can get our gains back. We can sell it. All right. Other than that, and Crypto King too, I think I did see you sent me a message on Twitter. Honestly, folks, I haven't checked Twitter messages in probably 3 months at this point, so I will go back and check them today and respond to everyone today and tomorrow for sure. All right. Let's see. Top story other day: Korean government tells Apple and Google, tell both of them. They told Apple and Google stores to take down P2E games. That's right.
Oh,
right. Listen, and to be clear right now, where did you hear it first, folks? When I said that GameFi space, the NFT space, deep, hold your horses. Regulators haven't even came yet. Hold your horses, and we're seeing it now. The Games Committee has strengthened its stance against P2E games by saying they should not receive an age rating needed to get listed on app marketplaces. The South Korean government has moved to block the release of new play-to-earn games and requested that existing ones be removed from Google Play and the Apple App Store. P2E gaming, of course, has been becoming popular with in-game rewards. You can win cash or crypto and exchange that for cash, essentially. But the Game Management Committee in the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism on Monday requested major mobile app marketplaces block any games that require in-app purchases before playing the game. And essentially what's going on is in Korea, South Korea that is, they're saying that their PDE games, you can only accumulate a prize of up to $8.42. It cannot exceed $10,000 on these games. Exactly. You get yourself a Big Mac and half of a fry, and that's all you're allowed to do. This is crazy to see, but what's crazier is how easy this was done. It literally just took the government. And not saying that I'm not sure. Let me actually go. I'm not sure if Apple and Google did what they asked or did what they were told to do, but they are being told to do it. And this is coming from South Korea. So what's going to happen when the United States, China puts the same type of clamps on Apple and Google, saying, "Hey, all these play-to-earn games, you cannot have these in the store." I don't know, but this is a pretty interesting story.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and it's just the beginning really for regulators. Even though they take a while, when they do show up, they start throwing their weight around like, hey, take this off the exchange. Hey, we're banning this. Hey, we're not going to do that. Even if it doesn't work, which we all know it won't in the long term, they got to do something to try and rein it in, because if you think about it, you got teenagers playing games. They're trying to, quote unquote, protect them, when in reality, you got teenagers that can get rich for playing video games, and not just them, but adults as well that can make money in this space. They just want their cut. And of course, if they do fold, if Apple and Google stores takes it down, I think this is a bad precursor to what could happen. I think they should tell Korea, hey, fuck off. We're not doing it. And I think more games will have more confidence to enter the market, and then you'll be too big to fail. That's pretty much all you got to do. But these governments, they're going to throw their weight around. Not surprised at all.
Yeah, it's crazy to see that. But again, folks, like this is what we have to look forward to. Like, again, I used to be the same way. It's like super optimistic. Like ask Bitcoin today. When I first started the market, all these coins are going to $100 million. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're missing out on all these altcoins. You're missing this. This is happening. He's just like, bro, like I went through that already. Trust me. No, I never forget the day you just like laughed and mumbled. He's like, boy, that Bitcoin bug got you. I was like, wait, what? He's like, the Bitcoin bug. I was like, what is that? He's like, you can't stop looking into it. But
What's
I mean,
it's over, man.
Exactly. But, you know, my point is, folks, I've been just as optimistic as many of you are still, or some of the noobs that come to the space. I've been that optimistic. However, looking at things from a realistic point of view, which we have to do when you're talking about the capital that's involved in these markets now, it's not like a small Bitcoin. Listen, when we started, Bitcoin's $400. Bitcoin is $400 when Zay and I partnered together. Let me be clear about that. Like, yeah, you could get away with some of this optimism then, but you're talking about one token is now 47K. The overall market cap, and not just Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency as a whole has expanded. There's a lot of money and a lot at stake with these projects. So we can't just be all optimistic and say, oh, this will happen. This will happen. No. The reality is play to earn games, GameFi, DeFi, all of this works. All of it works just like downloading music for free works. But the government said you're not allowed to do it, and people stopped. You remember how popular LimeWire and Napster was? That technology still exists. It's actually even easier to use. But people stopped doing it because the government says stop, it's illegal. So my thing is this: we've seen it happen with ICO. I mean, literally, we got rid of ICOs. Nothing wrong with ICOs. They still work to this day. But we renamed them STOs in favor of the SEC and the government. I think the same thing is going to happen with GameFi, NFT, some of this other stuff. It might not be at the level because they are a little bit more decentralized on the scale of decentralization, especially some of these play to earn games. But I definitely think they're going to get some regulatory pushback. Like, we got to be crazy. We don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Really quick shout out. Just saw a tip come in. Let's see if I can find it again. Kadeem, thanks for the tip. There's something called gasdow.org doing an airdrop for gas spent on Ethereum transaction. Not sure how official. Looking into it now. Appreciate that, Kadeem. We'll take a peek at that as well. All right, what else is going on? Crypto exchange Kraken, speaking of NFTs, they said they're coming back. They said we ain't dead. We still here. Crypto exchanges, Kraken's new NFT marketplace to issue loans. People, it's happening. I mean, as quick as we talk about regulation, as Bitcoins, they would say whack-a-mole. Jesse Powell said the exchange is going to expand into a marketplace for non-fungible tokens and NFT-backed loans beginning in 2022. This is crazy, especially when I look at, like, just on Facebook, the amount of people that I'm friends with or following Facebook that are in the crypto space who are all over NFTs, and to think now that they'll actually be able to essentially like collateralize those NFTs and get a loan back. That is next level. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, man. Well, I already said with NFT fi or any other fi that they want to throw onto the end of it, any market that comes up, people are going to make money off of it. And I think that here where it says, if you deposit a CryptoPunk on Kraken, we want to be able to reflect the value of that in your account, said Powell continuing. And if you want to borrow funds against that, we are entering a entirely new financial space where you can use pretty much anything as collateral to get either cash or crypto loans, which I think is great because it expands the financial market. You got people who have NFTs who are keeping it long term, but what if you could actually put it up as collateral, get a cash loan like you do with regular physical art? That is what Kraken is going for. And I think they're going to have a huge market explosion, but it won't be as soon as they think. Like right now, I think we have the first big boom. There's people that are going to sell off with all these prices if we have a bear market, but then the next big boom of NFTs where it starts getting into contracts, real estate and all of that, that's when you start to see it. And they'll already have the infrastructure. So shout out to Kraken being ahead of the game, because I do think this is something that could be even more expansive. Because think about it, if you start using NFTs in the background for the tokens for your real estate or for your car or for anything you own, and then that is what you put up as collateral, the fact that you can just verify your token's address and get a loan from it like that, that is amazing. And again, we're living in the future right now. So shout out to Kraken for creating that infrastructure. I'm sure other exchanges will be doing the same. I'm sure there's some that already have started. I saw some NFT fi before. They're just too small. Kraken's the first big one.
Yeah, I would say Kraken is definitely the first big one. And like you said, shout out to Kraken. Like Like, way to reinvent yourself. I know they've been looking. I'm like, damn, everybody. Like, Kraken was pretty good, folks. It had a terrible user interface, but other than that, it worked. I mean, as I always tell people, margin trading XRP back in 2016 worked on Kraken. Like, it is what it is. It was a good exchange for people who are technically savvy. But to see them essentially die away or seemingly died away and then come back with this new ideal, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if others do it. Other bigger exchanges do it as well. They kind of try to copy them, but shout out to Kraken for trying to reinvent themselves for sure. Let's see, over in the comment section, we got some folks. Jake Fever said NFT-backed loans is freaking crazy. It's finna be a crash like no other crash, LOL.
I was like, they're gonna get their boom in the future, but it's gonna have to go through a bear market first. People with them, whatever they, I don't know, hip hooray cats or whatever they call all them little PFP NFTs, they're gonna have to go through a bear market before they get my respect. They're gonna need to see that coin. They're gonna need to see that go from $3,000 to $300 in order to get my respect.
Let's see. Mondi Blue said it's official. Gas DAO, that is. Okay, we got to check out that Gas DAO then. Thanks, Kadeem, for that. Euro Auto Enthusiast says shout out to TGOC in the chat. Yeah, shout out to the chat, man. I've told so many people who ask me simple crypto questions now. I'm like, look, here's the deal. I'm at a level where I'm going to charge you. And I understand that some people feel like that might not be fair. So go to our chat during the live stream. People there will answer your questions. They are just as intelligent as they know what they're talking about. Shout out to Alec, of course, our in-house moderator. Alec literally did the video on D5 Kingdoms, and that was his local bottom at the time. Like, it's been up since he did the video on our channel. So shout out to Alec on that as well. I see some people in there talking about that. Mountain Man said, gents, please cover Bitmart still not allowing any token withdrawal. So really quick on this. I'm not familiar with Bitmart, but when it comes to exchanges, yes, you have to be very careful with them. I would honestly say when you're playing with new exchanges, only do a small amount first. Like, you should be doing test amounts, to deposit, to withdraw, to play around, whatever else they have on their platform, lending or whatever else. Play around with it with smaller amounts over the span of maybe 2 or 3 weeks to really avoid those rug pulls or token withdrawals or anything like that. Of course, it's never fully foolproof. I mean, we've had big exchanges get hacked overnight, so it's not foolproof. But yes, exchanges are back in the news. They want to pump their volume as well. So make sure when we're talking about exchanges, you do your own research, folks. Trust me, I am signaling to you right now. Buy Bitcoin. I'm signaling to you. You will understand here soon. All right. What else do we have going on? FTX is in the news. Speaking of exchanges, FTX exchange floats $1 million prize for banks to accept stablecoins. Bitcoin say, what is going on with this story? This is crazy. FTX said, when it comes to money, I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Hey, man, FTX, they know how to bribe somebody. Hey, they the FTX exchange floats $1 million prize to banks to accept stablecoins, since stablecoins like USDT are under scrutiny in the United States, with some lawmakers calling for greater regulatory oversight of the industry. And FTX tweeted out, how much would it cost to convince a bank to accept stablecoins? If we offered a $1 million prize for the first bank in each region that does it, is that enough? Do you work for a bank and want to discuss this? I think $1 million is a bit low, but I think the fact that he floated it out there is enough for him to actually get some traction, maybe with some smaller banks. Not sure if you could get some local community banks that want to do it. But again, I think this is a no-brainer for banks that want to survive long-term. They got to accept stable coins at some point because CBDC is going to get shoved down their throat. They're going to have to accept it. It's not going to be a choice. Right. So if you have the option to have other stable coins that people may trust more than CBDCs, either Tether or USDC or whatever, why not? And if I'm a bank, I'm saying, yeah, we'll take some money, but it's going to be way more than $1 million. What's $1 million like a day's worth of work at most banks? Like, that's literally nothing. But if he ups that bounty or ups that price, I'm sure he'll get at least a small bank to try and catch on. Some of the bigger ones, maybe not, because they're going to have to implement the CBDCs. But FTX they have plenty of money, so it's not like the money is a problem. I think this is just floated out there to see what they would say.
Yeah, I'm with you. Not only are they trying to see what they will say about stable coins, I think they're also just, like you said, they're floating out there, but to gauge banks' interest in general, not just stable coins. They're like, all right, so with some money, you will do things you don't normally do.
That's how you do it.
Forget stable coins. Actually, when we got these NFT loans, we're trying to... So you already know. I'm with you on that one.
Everybody has a price.
Let's see. Finn Finn, I would not be, oh my goodness, breaking. I wouldn't be surprised. That would be crazy. Finn said FTX will hold the record for the largest hack soon enough. Wow. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say it's impossible. And what's crazy is if that hack did happen, there is no recourse from FTX, period. Like literally no recourse.
They're gonna burn down the basketball stadium here in Miami. We're like, give me my money back, Sam.
For real though, hey, they might really take them letters off. Hey,
start peeling them letters off. Hey man, hey, you can't have exchanges getting hacked.
That is true. Though. That might be like the saving grace is the fact that they're going so public that they can't. I mean, like Tom Brady is dealing with them guys over there. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, but yeah, that would be crazy. Crypto Chief said seems like Bitmark is still trying to recover from the hack. They just got hacked. Oh yeah, they trying to keep everybody crypto.
You ain't pulling no crypto off of there if they just
You're not pulling no crypto off. Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I mean,
still
listen,
the Wild West. It's still the Wild West, people.
I've been hit too, folks. Don't worry. I would say try. Mountain Man said they were fine to the hack. Since then, they have been frozen. Yeah, so that's happened in the past before. I would try to reach out to them on their Telegram. Sometimes Telegram channels are easier rather than writing straight support tickets. Or listen, folks, I'll tell you my quick story real quick. When the exchange did us dirty, I found out where the player lived at. All right. I mean, I was all over it. I was like, look, there's two ways to handle this. Get me on the phone with somebody. I'm getting a plane ticket. So if you want my honest opinion,
conference and he ain't show up. Remember that conference?
Yeah. So if you want my honest opinion, hey, somebody got your crypto, go get it.
Go do something. Billy from Bittrex, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, listen, I still got some other bug bounties off of people in the crypto space. So listen, I fully understand. Hey, you need to see them like Zay said, you need to see them at the conference and make sure you see them and they see you. You understand? And maybe that won't happen again. I don't know. But some dudes so grimy, they'll take an L and be like, I still got the money. Yeah, knotted up and everything. Knotted up. I got knotted up and one leg missing. I still got the money.
They use that money to get lawyers and get all that money back.
Man, listen, look, you might be the best when it comes for your analogies and metaphors, but I got to be the segue king here. I just talked about getting knotted up. Getting paid in Bitcoin was a big part of the reason this MMA fighter signed with Ego FC. That's right, folks.
Speaking of getting knocked out.
To be paid in Bitcoin and not give me any pushback on it whatsoever was huge in the decision, said MMA fighter Kevin Lee on signing with Ego FC. Now, I'm about to break something down really quick. Actually, Zay, I said it before the show, but this makes even more sense. I'm about to break something down. I'm not trying to get in nobody's business because I know some real gangsters on that side of the road. But so essentially, Kevin Lee, a professional, and shout out to Kevin Lee. He's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Of course, I mess with Michigan. A professional mixed martial arts fighter has said a major factor in his decision to sign with a new promotion company was Bitcoin. Now, if you don't know Kevin Lee, he is a good fighter. Outside the top 5 or top 7, he's had it, or inside the top 5 and 7, those the top fighters of the planet, he's had issues with. But other than that, he is a really good fighter. The UFC released him after another loss as of recently. And Khabib Nurmagomedov, of course, the big champion, Dagestan's finest, decided to pick him up with this Ego FC fight team. According to a report from MMA news outlet BJ Penn, the Russia-based Ego Fighting Championship will be paying Lee in Bitcoin as part of a 4-fight contract. The fighter has reportedly been a holder since before the 2017 bull run, later using some of the profits to live off of after paying for knee surgeries. Again, he says, it gives me a lot more financial security and will help me fight better too. So again, shout out to Kevin Lee and Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, here's the thing. I'm a huge fan of Khabib, his camp and everything they're doing. But Khabib is backed by some real powerful people. Let's just say that, all right? Conor McGregor tried to throw it out there back in the day at a press conference talking about terrorism and all this other stuff. Who knows what's true and what side who's on. But the bottom line is that Khabib is backed by some very big people, to the extent of when he won a fight, Vladimir Putin actually called him after a UFC fight. He said on stage, like, Putin just called me and congratulated me. Like, he has real people backing him, real big people. So to see his fight club start to give fighters Bitcoin for payment, that is hilarious. Like, it makes so much sense. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we know how them people work, and Bitcoin being a part of their strategy is for everybody. So it's definitely going to be a part of this.
Right. On Kevin Lee's side, we'll be interested to see what, as a fighter in Michigan, will try to take any of that crypto for taxes or how that works for him. Again, that's what I'm saying. If you have someone who lives in Dagestan, who is backed by the Dagestani government and the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, and they're paying their fighter in Bitcoin, they can be like, Kevin, it's up to you to do what you do with that money. Like I don't think they're going to be filing out paperwork in Dagestan to send back to US saying, we pay Kevin Lee this much for his fights this year. So that will be interesting to see.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. All right. Last but not least, really want to go through some quick tweets. The Twitter of this year, 2021, crypto Twitter year in review, 10 influential tweets of 2021. Now, really quick, if you all were on Twitter yesterday, you know, every now and then I get into these little spats with these losers on there. Honestly, I'm usually doing something throughout the day. Like I could be waiting on something or walking around or just sitting there on set making money. So it's pretty funny to me. But someone yesterday said on our channel, and again, I don't understand why grown people keep telling us what we should do on our channel. Like, start another channel.
Yeah.
Start another channel. But another weird grown man told us we should be doing RSI, Bollinger Bands. Like, we should show you our charts and graphs every day. Now, to that weirdo, my response would be, you big dummy, I learned to do charts and all that stuff as soon as I started in crypto in 2016. And I learned in 2016, 2017, as headlines started to take over the market and prove the charting wrong, I didn't need to do so much TA or follow TA. I could literally make my money off of fundamental analysis. So if you can't, then just come on and say that. Say, hey guys, I need you to do more stuff in depth because I can't make the right call on this. However, we can. Not only that, our audience doesn't want to hear about Bollinger Bands and RSI and all this other stuff. But I say all that to make the point. What I told that person to was what's in this article. These tweets, these type of tweets determined the market for this year. I don't care what your chart was saying. The day Elon tweeted, I'm accepting Bitcoin, the price went up. The day he tweeted, I'm going to sell it or get rid of it, the price went down. You did not need a chart or technical analysis or Bollinger Bands or RSI. You need none of that to be able to determine that. You need to be able to read and understand how the world works as far as the psychological trading cycle. So without further ado, some of the top tweets. Again, this is the biggest one to me that will disprove all charts. Your chart can say, hey, the price is going down this week. And then all of a sudden, an entire president comes out and say, hey, in 3 minutes, we make history. Bitcoin day.
Man.
Like, would that be considered like a black swan event almost?
Yeah, because most people didn't realize that, technically speaking, this dude said it on the panel last night, them making it a currency, like we said, making it legal currency takes it out of the discussion for securities and takes away capital gains. So this actually was a black swan event. I don't think anybody saw coming so quickly, but when it happened, I mean, remember when he said he announced it, we were thinking about it, and then 9 days later, he was like, well, got the white paper ready. Here you go. It was signed by me and my friends. All right, we're going to push this through Bitcoin Day. So it was black swan because it was so quick. And after it happened, there hasn't even been a discussion about the recourse of the law. So yeah, this was a huge moment, probably top 5 moment in Bitcoin history.
Yeah, that was definitely big. I mean, the first country to really accept it or keep it as legal currency.
Yeah, to make it legal tender, first one ever. That's top 5 in Bitcoin history. Easy.
Can't count for
that. There's no TA for that.
Yeah, you can't have TA for that. Yeah, Guru Remy said, I learned TA, then realized people go off emotions more than anything. Hey, what did everyone TA tell them about those Dogecoin charts? Oh, real quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
Or my biggest thing about TA, I was like, what happened to TA in 2018 and 2019? Why didn't all these people call it bear run?
Yeah,
I don't know. But anyway, I agree with you. Crypto Rasputin said, I listen for good fundamental market analysis. And that's what we're here for, folks. If you're serious about this market, this should not be your only resource. Like the guy, I guess, in the effort to troll was like, who wants to buy your master class? Here's another crypto class to buy. Buy it. If it's a good class, I didn't even look into it, but if it's a good class, if it's a good course, if it works and it educates you, then buy it. Like, so many weirdos out here. But yeah, we do fundamental analysis. If you do like TA or you're really into trading, like you're seriously into day trading and all that, then yes, you should have at least 4 or 5 different sources. You should have Telegram chat. Like we go through this in the masterclass and then do your own research section. If you look at the amount of research I have, I literally have like 20 to 30 different things I do before I make buying decisions or investment decisions or whatever. So this shouldn't be your only resource. Stop crying to grown man about what you want to see on channels and create one. All right, another hot tweet. Let's see. Of course, Cynthia Loomis was tweeting. That wasn't too crazy. Mayor Suarez. I mean, you're working with him right now. The city of Miami believes in Bitcoin, and I'm working day and night to turn Miami into a hub for crypto innovation. I mean, and people even put in this article as it states, Miami mayor kept his word. I think this is super huge as well. I mean, this is actually top 5 too, maybe.
Yeah, at least top 10, just because you have a sitting mayor who I'm glad to be working with now, who has basically created a environment where any innovation with Bitcoin and crypto is possible. And that's what you want, because every idea I come up with, every single type of solution we try to come up with for different stuff, he's like, yeah, do it. Let's do it. How much does it cost? How much is this? What's the logistics? And nothing makes people prouder to be from a place or to work with somebody more than somebody who keeps their word. And my man started taking Bitcoin as payment, as his check. We're about to start Bitcoin yield for the city. And then, of course, we've had events where we've given away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to a bunch of kids, as well as the Bitcoin Academy, which is coming soon, which we're about to announce for Martin Luther King. Like, he's a man of his word. So shout out to Mayor Suarez. And then a bunch of mayors followed after that. The mayor from Cool Valley, he was actually on last night too. Mayor from Cool Valley, a bunch of other ones are joining in. So shout out to Mayor Suarez, and any other mayors who join in, they'll get the same love, and innovation will come to you.
There we go. Again, another one. TA, Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor, diamonds may be your best friend, but Bitcoin is forever. Of course, he jumped on the Bitcoin train in 2020, and he's been talking about it all through 2021. I give it to Michael Saylor. He could have easily kind of died off the conversation or went to altcoin like Dogecoin or wherever else what these other billionaires are doing, but he stayed on the target. He stayed on focus. He kept talking about Bitcoin. And as Jake Fever said, all that matters is time. 3 years from now, 100K in Bitcoin will be $1 million. Essentially, Bitcoin will go up. We're with you on that. So yeah, shout out to Michael Saylor. Of course, Peter Schiff continued his Bitcoin skepticism. That's nothing new. That's every year. And then we have to talk about these Elon Musk tweets and his impact. Of course, in February 2021, Tesla unveiled a $1.5 billion Bitcoin purchase. That's right. February, $1.5 billion was purchased by Elon Musk, and all these TA day traders was able to see it coming. Tesla also began allowing Bitcoin as a form of payment. You can see here Tesla and Bitcoin. He starts talking about it, but we do know since then he's went crazy talking about Dogecoin as well as Mark Cuban, but still we can't deny the impact he had. I mean, I really agree with this article. Elon Musk's impact. He had an impact. Good, bad, or ugly. He did have an impact. Any thoughts on him really quick?
Oh, yeah. Elon Musk, just from a tweet, he was able to change prices and to get right. Remember the SEC was trying to tell them, quiet them down?
Oh, right, yeah. Well, he did for Saturday Night Live. He quieted down.
Exactly, yeah. With Dogecoin was all the hype leading up to it, and then the day he got on SNL. So again, Elon has a huge presence in the space as far as what he says. And then, of course, I keep telling people, bots are doing most of the trading. So they go off sentiment, and if a tweet comes out with sentiment changing and people start to see it, that is usually what controls the market. That's why you see these drops. Not much you can do with TA, mostly from these tweets.
All right, let's see. Last couple of ones. Cameron Winklevoss. This was a pretty funny tweet. Cameron's just trolling usually. Imagine if crypto were to supply increase 4 times without input from the community. It wouldn't pass the shitcoin giggle test. Now think about the fact that I'm actually describing the US dollar. That says it all. I mean, that says it all. If it were cryptocurrency and literally overnight Bitcoin, it ain't gonna be 120 million followers. We're gonna do 260 billion actually. Like, what are you talking about? It will go down overnight. People would say this is a shit project. It don't work. We told you, everybody. Peter Schiff will be in the news the next day, but you're allowed to do that with the US dollar. Kind of crazy.
Hey man, crazy. Chef's kiss on that tweet. No extra fat, no extra words, straight to the point, and exactly what cash is, so people can understand. You're using the shitcoin, you just don't know it yet.
There it is. And last but not least, I would say one of the bigger stories to definitely end the year, the house that Kobe built, Crypto Arena. Now they do talk about crypto.com, but FTX was this year too, was last year. Right. These COVID years make it seem like 2 was 1. FTX, 2020 and 2021 was 1 year, okay?
It was all 1 year. Yeah, I swear.
One long year. But yeah, crypto.com, of course, is renaming the Stable Center. And they'll have this name for the foreseeable future, folks. It looks like, again, this is a 20-year partnership, pay like $700 million for it. Like, this is happening. With that being said, I would actually give crypto.com props as far as their legitimacy. I think that does make them more legit. And they can't fumble the ball now. because LA dirty too. If crypto.com fumbles the ball, LA will keep the money and take the name off. Be like, good luck. Y'all haven't heard about the police gangs out here? Google it. They just did an expose on the beginning of the year. Like, for real. They would take the money and be like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out, but we're gonna keep the money still. So that was definitely a huge tweet. Other than that, that is the show for today. You got anything Bitcoin, Zay?
Nothing much for me. Yeah, happy Hump Day, people. Make sure you get the class. Yep.
Friday will be New Year's Eve. Are we doing a New Year's Eve show that morning? We'll play it by ear.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear. We'll see. Who knows?
All right, we will play it by ear, but just in case we don't do a Friday show, we will send the links out tomorrow for the smoke. I told Zay I actually wanted some smoke today. I forgot to put the link in the chat. But yeah, if anybody wants smoke or we getting something wrong, stop tweeting me. Stop tweeting grown man. It's kind of weird to me. And call into the show and tell us why we're wrong and what you know is so intelligent. But love to hear. Other than that, that is for the show for today. Again, jump on that masterclass, 10% off on all courses. Miami Coin update has been put in there. A few different updates have been put in there. And of course, smash that like and share and make sure you're out there doing your own research, folks. End of the year, a lot of scams are coming in hot. So do your own research. And if you're playing with these exchanges, make sure you're only putting a little bit that you really don't care to lose that first $5 or $10 to see how something runs, how it works before you go crazy. Other than that, that's the show for today. Smash that like and share, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Some more